Hello, people of God. As most of you that follow my teachings and my messages, you all know what I stand for. I preach biblical message. But on my today's message is going to be a little bit current affairs kind of. Today, I'm going to discuss a topic: Meghan Markle Nigeria visits. This young lady, or this princess, she is, visited Nigeria in 2024. There were events that play out during her visit that people failed to pinpoint. During this her visits, I will mostly say my visit is for those, mostly some Black Americans or Caribbeans or those Igbos that were taken out of Nigeria, or were taken out of Igbo land, if I put it that way. And another set of people that my message I'm trying to pinpoint it as there are some people within eastern Nigeria and Igbos within Igbos that say that they are not Igbos. You see? So I'm going to use this message to tell them to see what happened here. It is facts that were present in front of us, freely facts, that the visit tells a lot of facts. People of God, and when this event happened in 2024, I was watching it play out in real life. It's been 2 years now. I didn't have that zeal then to make a teaching or doctrine out of it. Whenever I bring it out, I want to do it. I didn't have that much urge to present the information because I see it is as it does not have much of salvation input. There's not much salvation input on it. So I decided to just keep it by the side because of it's not much of a relevant, if I put it that way. But in a way, it is educational. So that's why I'm bringing this topic today. What is it? Like I said, those Igbos that were taken out of Igbo land and those that have rejected their Igbo roots, the Ishekiris, Ejos, Orobos, who say that they are not Igbos, and even Igbos that they are denying they are Igbo. Igbo is a nation. It is a nation. So those people, that eastern part of Nigeria, it is one nation. On this picture, or their events, if I put it that way, will tell us a lot. So let's start it from here. When Meghan and her husband, being Prince Harry, visited Nigeria in 2024, from this picture we can see here, the governor, Obasani, decorated Prince Harry with traditional Hausa attire during his visit to Nigeria. Governor Obasani of Kaduna State presented Prince Harry with a portrait of Diana holding him as a child. So on this particular picture, this governor presented Prince Harry, him, when his mother were holding him when he was a child. So this picture was presented to him during the visit. We can see. Now let's go back to Hausa. It's a tribe in Nigeria, in northern part of Nigeria. Hausa is a tribe. It is a tribe. Okay. It's a family of the earth. Now let's jump back to when they came back to Lagos. That event happened in Abuja. Now, on this particular picture, Meghan was with Governor of Lagos State. So, Meghan Markle takes husband breathes away with royal vibes. She said, I am 43% Nigerian. That is when she did her DNA test. This DNA test said that she is 100% Nigerian. Then we come back to when she was having her naming ceremony. During her naming ceremony, Meghan Markle has been showered with love from Nigerian fans who have welcomed their new princess during the Dutch and Duchess of Sussex visit to the nation. The mother of two was on Sunday honored as Adamaze, seemingly a title of respect, meaning daughter of Asocrat of the ancient Arochukwu kingdom. So during this naming ceremony, there were three kings present in this naming ceremony. His Eminence Engineer Eberechukwu Oji, Eze Aro of ancient Arochukwu kingdom, Igwe Alfred Achebe, the Obi of Onitsha, and the great Olu of Warri Kingdom took part in the naming ceremony. So this is where baffles me, and you should baffle you as well. So during this naming ceremony, there were three kings, traditional kings. Okay, so now she said she's from Nigeria. Normally, when there is something like this kind of naming ceremony, it's normally the kings, the tradition, which is the root, that do the representation. So the question I'm asking, why there was no Hausa traditional ruler there? And secondly, why there was no Yoruba traditional ruler there? Not even far from Igbo land, why there is no Oba of Benin was not there? This is a question you need to ask. Where is Oba of Benin? He is not there. And this event happened in Yoruba land. Why Oni of Ife, which is the Yoruba traditional ruler, why isn't he there? So, this naming ceremony with these three kings says a lot. What does it say? Now, during time of slavery, most of those things that happen mainly in Igbo land. When I say Igbo land, both Orobo, Ijo, Ishekiri, all those places were formerly known as Eastern Nigerian, and it still remain Eastern Nigerian. The more they play politics, divide and rule. So, being that she is from this part of the world, we can identify where particular. So that was why these three kings have to come in to represent the three sections of the Eastern Nigerian. Because we don't know particularly. If say, okay, now they give her Adamaze, then why the ancient age of our Chokusin kingdom should do the ceremony? Because nobody know the particular section. She come from that part of Igbo land during her DNA test. So nobody knows. She don't know. Nobody knows. So what they did is the right thing they're supposed to do. all the three traditional rulers in that region to come and represent. So now people from Warri saying that they are Benin, they are this, they are this. Why didn't they come and call the Oba of Benin? Because he can't, and she's not from there. So that tells you the political division of the Igbos from their brothers. A time I will have to, one of these days, this Ijo, Ishekiri, people may say they are not speaking Igbo. How are they Igbo? How are they one nation? Any of these days, if the Musa give me the strength, the doctrine is there. I will go to scripture and then let you know what happened and how it happened. Because there were some kingdoms or some tribes that were attached to the Igbos when they were during the first Exodus. There were kingdoms that they have covenant with, agreement. Scripture let us know that they've been living together since that very time. So any of these days, like I said, I will go in and make a lesson of it. So people of God, from what we can see clearly from this picture, this is exactly what happened there. So if truly if this eastern part of the nation is not one nation and one people, they wouldn't be calling these three kings to come for the naming ceremony. If it's actually, she's Nigerian, other kings in Nigeria should have been here. The Oni of Ife wasn't here. Sultan of Sokoto wasn't here. Many kings or traditional rulers from Nigeria wasn't here. So, like I said, demonstrate to the nation that she come from. Because Nigeria is nations inside a nation. So this is exactly what they did here. And there's some people that keep saying that wherever they see a black man on earth, they say this is a tribe in Mexico, this is Ashanti tribe, this is this tribe, this is a tribe in this is tribe of this and that. Bible say that in 2 Samuel chapter 7 verse 23, scripture, okay, I will read it. Just hang on, let me read it out for us. It says here, and what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible for thy land before thy people, which thou hast redeemed to thee from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. One nation on earth, which God went to redeem for himself. From where? Egypt. This Egypt in scripture means depending. Depending, what is that? The word. Depending how we use it, I've forgotten the word. But Egypt can mean bondage. It can mean as a nation. Depending the context, yes, that's what I'm trying to say. But on this particular context, it's referring to a nation. So, where is that one nation? This scripture or this visit tells a lot of story where that one nation is. And like I said earlier on, when people say people from anywhere in the world, they say they are tribe. Because why? They hear the word, I will scatter you. And people don't understand what the Bible means by scatter you. Scatter you means from what we have read from this scripture, from this what we have seen from this visit. There are many people like her. And for instance, I'm using these superstars on this picture who have found out that they are Igbos. They now narrating what 1,000 stories that I've just bring out concluded in these few minutes. The thousands of people and millions of people like her that will trace their origin back to this particular one nation, this particular Igbo or Hebrew nation. Most of them were taken during transatlantic slavery. Most during, like for instance, during Biafran War, there were a lot of Igbos that were taken out of the land. And during economic hardship, for instance, now Nigeria as a nation imposed blockage on Igbos. So now, the way what is going on there, nobody can live in that part of the world. Then everybody start migrating out. That is what scripture means. I will scatter you. So this collective set of Igbos, the ones that goes on transatlantic slavery, the ones that go during Biafran War, and different kind of things that make them to leave the land. So this collective set of people is what scripture meant by scatter. So if you put them back again to their land, when Bible say, I will gather you. For instance, let's read this thing that scripture says in Isaiah chapter 49. I'll be reading from verse 20. He said, the children which thou shalt have after thou hast lost the other shall say again in their ears, the place is too straight for me. Give place to me that I may dwell. He said, the children which you have lost, which are they? Mostly most of them that left before, those that we lost through kind of maybe slavery, and every of them that left. Verse 21 said, then shalt thou say in thy heart, who had begotten me this? Seeing I have lost my children, and I am desolate, a captive, and removing to and fro. And who had brought up this? Behold, I was left alone. This, where had they been? So this is what scripture is asking. When all those people will start to come back, when they start to come back to their land, he said, this, where have they been? Where are they? Who are these people? These people are these Igbos that we are reading. When they will come back. But the funny part of the story is, this coming back will not happen as we think it is. We thought that this coming back on this becoming of a nation will happen in Igbo land. No, it will not. Bible let us to understand that in the wilderness is where the water will break out. Where in the wilderness, where it happened before during the first Exodus, something or similar will happen again. So, with that being said, I hope this message is edified. You have been edified through this message. That scattering means those of Igbo roots that migrated out through different kind of things. And from what we read and what we see, from what happened to this princess, is what scripture means, that I will scatter you. So this collective set of people, they are they that made up the Igbo nations. There are millions of them all over the world, and those in Igbo land. A people of God, I will leave it for here. If you have anything to say, go on the comment section. Remember, this message is for educational purpose. I still remain your humble brother, Onyekachi. Thank you.